All right. All right. All right. Let me do this. I make sure my volume is going good. Sound like it's good. Let's do another screen share. Whatever that. I'm trying to find it. Cancel. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to. Oh, that's why it didn't come up. Okay. Now how to do it? It should pop up now. All right. Welcome again to a little rant, or what I call a little short stream. As you know, it's Chaos right here. And as you know, today I decided to do a look and comparison. As you all know, I don't really talk about content creators per se, but I feel I should do a look at this and examination for for the audience that will get a chance to look at this or go back for the playback. For whatever reason, they might get understand from my little perspective. And let me make sure that this is showing. So I'm gonna do one little short little checkup, and then I'll go in on this. Okay, it is showing. So I'm gonna probably fix this. Okay, what you're seeing, it's hard to see, but bear with me. What you're witnessing is two content creators. And as you know and examine, and I'll read the details because a lot of y'all cannot see this image. It is very hard unless I believe I could zoom in. Let's look. It should allow me to zoom in. No, I cannot zoom in. Oh, yes, I could. Yeah. All right, perfect. Oh, that's too much. Let me see if I can zoom out. Okay, will not allow me to go up. Okay. What you notice, and here's a rant. As you know, lately we've been hearing about leveling up. From the men's side, and we've been hearing it from the women's side. And it's good. Nothing's wrong with it. I think every person, human being, man and woman, should level up if they can. But from what I've noticed, for the few women that talks about the level up, which I think is falsification, and it's more of a, I guess, scheming of things. They're not being very honest with this. Not honest at all. And what I mean by this, I mean that as a person, I always look at the effectiveness of what we call the level up. Who's more effective? The amount of time they put in the space, the amount of videos, etc. And if I could look back, cause I'm not gonna show much. I'm probably gonna, let me see when these channels were made. Okay. We're gonna start with the ladies first, then we'll work our way up to the men. As you know, Miss Shira 7. As you know, she looks like she been had this YouTube account. Now, in regards to the videos she made during the creation of this account, I cannot determine because every person, because they have a Google account, doesn't always do YouTube videos on YouTube per se. As you know, I have a Google account, a few, but I never utilize it to start or create videos on my channel. Besides the Chaos Reign channel you see me on now, that I have a variety number of videos. But like I said, we start with Miss Shira7. As you know, she joined the YouTube or had this account or created account back. Actually, it's been almost now 9 years now, or 9 years now. This been around. She had this account since November the 18th, 2011. Interesting. And as you could tell and know from what you're seeing in this image, let me go back. The images, she has roughly 1,276 videos that stands and that is existing on her channel. Now we could say she might have maybe another alternate channel or whatever. That's a possibility. But when you do a quick search engine, most of the time you only see one link on the average. Or if you're more in debt, they'll probably give you more of other videos if she still goes under the name Miss Shira7. So the only thing we could determine that this is her main channel for now. But one thing you must know that she has like over 1,000 videos, and roughly her audience, or what we want to call the subscriber count, stands right now at 138K, which is a lot, which is plenty. But I always think that the women that know about this woman, heard about this woman, which not much women really talk about, if I really ask the average woman, I always ask, and this is always the important question I ask, is how effective you're getting from the information from Miss Shira7. Are you the information that you want to hear, or you just taking little snippets here and there just for your own indulgence or for your own personal gain? That's the question as the consumer, which is the woman, should ask and answer overall. I feel effectiveness, in my opinion, if you're going to have a channel of any nature, and let's say what you're doing is effective, it should be known. It should be not only visible, but it should be heard from every other platform, not just here on YouTube, but other platforms. So I was supposed to hear from podcasts. I should hear the name of this person. You get my point. But nonetheless, I always look at the effectiveness of several or enough content creators on here on the YouTube platform. And my thing is this, that if what she is teaching is very effective, which I'm not sure if I could say it is or not, I can't give that answer, then I will see the reflections of this overall, you know. And to be honest with you, if you've been on this, if you've been in content for that long, it should be more greatly effective. I remember another woman that was teaching women how to swirl has been making content maybe more than 8 years now. And her audience has not grossed anything close to 100K subscribers. And when I look at every woman, if I really want to take time and energy to really focus on what they put out, what's the message, what's the actual end game, what outcomes they're trying to get, I will know by no doubt how effective they are by the audience and women that are reflected and have been better. So, hold on, what's this? Oh, wow. So, like I said before, I always look at the effectiveness of a good portion of the content other creators do. You know, I feel, and this is just me, that if you've been doing content for this long and you only immense 1K subscribers in roughly maybe let's say last 3 or 4 years, maybe. And I'm just throwing this number up because, like I said, be doing content up to the last 9 years, and depending when you had your channel doing this stuff, to only immense this audience at whatever time you start doing content is pretty much very low. I think it's very slow, in my opinion. If it took you more than 5 years to get, let's say, roughly 100K, then it is good, but it's very slow on the average here on YouTube. I always said as a benchmarker, you're not really a content creator unless you reach that 100K threshold. Now, a lot of people get mad and they'll say, well, if you got like 10, 20, hell, even 60K people, you have eyes. I said, but that's low ball. That's very low. To immense when you get roughly 100K people on your channel as an actual audience. Now, depending if 100K of your subscribers watch your video, that's determined. But once people sit there, like your content, subscribe, and stay as a subscriber, which you get some subscribers and you lose subscribers, but if you're able to keep growing at a certain rate, you're going to keep more of an audience than lose an audience. I remember the elder Miss BGS said that he gets a few hundred or a few tens, less than thousands unsubscribe to him sometimes, a few hundreds mostly. And he said it comes with a territory that, but he knows what he puts out is not always to everybody's liking. So the point is this, that if you're a content creator and you feel that under 100K and you're doing something, you're sadly mistaken. And another bigger thing, YouTube gives certain people a certain brand, or I should say a certain accreditation once you reach 100K subscribers. Yeah, I know YouTube will send you a nice little letter, pamphlet, congratulating you for reaching this audience. They reward people that is able to grow a certain audience, to build audience. Right? You got the watch time or whatever, and they do that. My point is that you don't have much of a channel unless you're very much under that 100K subscriber. See, She-Ra has that rate, so she is considered a channel in my eyes. Just like any other content creator that reaches 100K, you have an actual channel. Congratulations to all that reach that plateau and that you want to go further and grow more. All right. What else is on here? So, like I said, most ladies, if they do catch this stream or this so-called podcast stream, wherever you want to call it, they should put comments to, try to, if they want to combat it or tell me something that I don't know. I will be ears open to hear criticism or anything that I don't know of. But I always look at the people or the person that does content, how they're effective in regards not only the message, but telling the real honest truth about women. Let me hold on. So I feel, me as a person, I see the outcome of the the value of what you're bringing and the content that's very effective. I think, if I'm right or wrong, she does tell women what they don't want to hear, from what I'm hearing. Even to the point where they talk about the weight, your attitude, how you look, etc. She might be able to do that, and she is. But I always look at that the average woman, that if they take on the message of Miss She-Ra 7 to heart, if she's keeping it real with the ladies, then how much ladies are really taking on her criticism, her real message about what you should do as women to better yourself. Now, I'm not sure if she wastes time to talk about the racism or the colorism that a lot of women complain about, especially ladies that are very much darker skin and hue. I could be wrong, but like I said, from the few videos I see, look like she talks about makeup and some other stuff, which is cool. I mean, that's what women do. My regards to really better yourself, you know, either take advantage of the other men or leveling up your appearance or whatever. I believe she does supply that on her channel because she has a lot of videos. So out of those 200 something videos, eh, she's putting out her message the way she seems fit. And if I go to her channel right now, I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at the rate of high rate of videos. Some reaches, I think the highest right now is like 61K. That's popping up. And this deals what to give on a man, which is fine. Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down. All other videos, and usually if I go all the way down, some probably as high as from 30K views. And I think she probably has some that might be 50, maybe. And some of them go way as a few years ago. So if we had to estimate how much she get per live stream watching, I would say she might be pushing maybe close to 1.5K watch it on one live stream. And that's just a guess. I could be wrong. Most ladies could correct me on the comment section during the end of the stream. But if some of these videos are only some of them topping 30K, some might push 40. So we get that if you're doing on average over 2 hours of live stream, you can get like maybe 3, 4, 5, or 6K people watching on one stream a day, possibly. After the video's done, when you add it all up, maybe. But nonetheless, for 100K subscribers in roughly 9 years, it's somewhat of an accomplishment. And I say somewhat because I don't know the time when she started this. So, but the point is this: that she does teach things women to somewhat better themselves, besides level up and all that stuff. Which like I said, I think is a scam nowadays because they're not telling the honest truth. Because there are many channels right now, as I see on YouTube, a lot of women pitching level ups. These women. I'm not gonna say the names. Ladies, you could type in level up and the Google algorithm will tell you the people that fall into the level up femininity sector. I can't tell you which one of these ladies is more effective, but I would say this: since I'm on her channel, I would say she probably is more effective if she is telling the truth the way I remember one content creator was talking about. If she is saying what she's saying, I will take her word for it for now. All right. All right. So scrolling down. So I think that's it from Miss Shira7. I don't think there's nothing really negative to say because, like I said, if she is doing what she says she's doing to the ladies, there should be a better outcome. I doubt there's a better outcome because if she's been in this sector for this long and that as far as the audience she's able to accumulate with that many videos, it could be better. It's nice, but things could be improved and gotten better to be more effective in my book. So now we're gonna move on to the male section of this in regards to keeping it honest with the ladies and living up. We now move to Mr. Kevin Samuels. And one thing before I go to Kevin, I want you to pay attention between the subscriber counts of the two. What you notice? Give people a few minutes. what you notice is that Mr. Samuels is only one, I think 100 or 1K, I believe. I mean 1,000 away of time with Miss She-Ra 7. And what I've noticed, what I've noticed, let me go back to his channel, is that if I click onto him to find out when he started doing content, he had this channel since 2005, May 20th. And I don't think Kevin was doing what I call videos like that until 2017. And how I know is because I remember he did a little short live stream talking about his accomplishment of reaching 100K. He said he wished he got that 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago from his eyes. But like I said, you got to do certain things as a man to get the results. And this is why I tell you there's a difference between men and women in regards to the actual work put into this to grow actual channel. It took this man, besides if he was doing content 2015 to now, roughly 5 years or 3 years, it depending when he started doing content on his channel on YouTube. But what was one thing that Kevin did very different that I've noticed that a lot of people didn't pay attention? He rebranded himself in a way where he is more effective in regards to getting his message out, even to the message towards the manosphere, that the black manosphere that he is still part of. And much people think that he's not, or wherever they complain about, he is still part of that manosphere, unfortunately. And because he is part of it, he's actually put in the black manosphere on somewhat of a map. Because I don't see much people that has an audience like him talking what has been said around the male space for the last couple years and being very effective about it. Very effective. And mind you, he accomplished this plateau of 100K subscribers, like I said, with he accomplished this with under 500 videos. Now, he might have probably a little bit more, but right now, the amount of videos that I am looking at and calculating, he only has 390 videos. Now, I would consider that very effective. Very effective. To able to get that plateau with under 500 videos is an accomplishment. And some of the videos that he has done in the past were short videos. Some long live streams, some not that long. But nonetheless, he got to 100K within a matter of, I would say, with a matter of 4.5 months, maybe 5. And normally, what I've noticed, because I do watch his material, that he really start to jump up during the summertime. So he was around 500. I mean, my fault. 50K subscribers, and he jumped from 50K to an extra 50K in a matter of 3.5 months. I consider that very effective. Very effective indeed. And like I said, the few things he did was rebrand himself. And mind you, his audience base, if I ask him personally, which I'm not surprised, I would say it composed more of women than men. I think more women are more of his target audience than the men. And I've noticed with a lot of women, they complain about how he doesn't invest time to talk about the men of the community. And he has done that for the last year and a half. How I know, because I remember he was talking and expressing about men should be on a purpose, working the amount of hours. If they could put in hours, they should be more productive. He never tell a message where he tell black men should be couch potatoes. Last time I check. Hold on a second, people. I'm trying to. And one thing to a lot of women that call in, they want to gravitate and attract a high value man, which is cool, which is fine. But like any creator or a person like his status, his purpose is to let you know that if you want what you want, you have to do what's necessary and put in work to get the results. It's the notion we call show your work, which unfortunately a lot of women today, the average woman today, is not willing to put in the work just to get that result or get that man that they feel they deserve. So when I hear the women call in and they express that they want to get married, stay at home, have that wifely experience, he always goes down the criteria to see if you qualify. And it's not just qualified for the so-called top tier man, but just a man in general. You know the drill. Height, the weight, and dress size. Now, most women don't understand why it's important to know your height, weight, dress size, because he'll know by how you keep your appearance and how you maintain what is how you view and respect oneself. And what has been proven that a lot of women, on the average, that don't fit that rubric, do not respect or cherish oneself. Unfortunately. And as much as some of us men, when we watch it, we laugh, we have to take a sit back and look at that. It's shameful because these are things that you ask what you want and what you're looking for and how to attract it, what you must do. But when the men speak about the honest truth and what things you could potentially do to better yourself, it is looked as a form of shaming language, a pushback. It's like almost going at war because the general tell you to do something you don't want to do it. It's like disobedience. And I look at it and say, that's cool, you can have that. But I'm telling you right now, ladies, you're not gonna get a better outcome. With your anger, your vitriol, your argument back and forth with the content creator like Mr. Samuels about what you need to do to get the better results. And then it takes work. You're not gonna escape work. Work is always gonna be here. You're gonna have to put in that work. If you don't put in that work, you're gonna get what you rightfully deserves. I'm telling you this personally because I'm not gonna disagree with any man that's telling you something that I will not tell any other woman, or let's say if I had a daughter, same thing. I feel in the society that black men is looked at as nothing to be taken seriously, respectful. So anything a black man says is not deemed worthy. That's cool. It comes with the territory. But noticing that the outcome you're trying to receive will be the same outcomes. Because you're not hearing from the men in your community and the men that's keeping it real and being honest, that I'm sorry to tell you you're being lied to. And I don't feel like I should be lying to women at this point. It don't serve me no good, and it should not serve you no better either. I did a podcast about delusional women, which I probably will put on my channel very soon. Maybe I put that first or whatever. I'm not sure. When I finish finalize it, I'll put it up there. But I looked at a lot of factors that, let's say our women in our community could do better to improve themselves. Because now the men are being vocal now, ladies. And like anything in school, you're supposed to take your notes, pads, and paper and write down what the men are saying to maybe make the adjustment or do something different. I mean, you go to school from pre-K to 12th grade to hell, even college level, and you know the importance of taking notes, doing your homework, and put in the work to get that grade. So you should do the same thing to really attract and gravitate and hold on to a man. It's not hard. We all know that as men, we have, if we want a better outcome or we want to get certain things, we have to put in the hours and the work to get those results. It will not escape you as well, ladies. You gotta put in the work. I'm just looking at some right now. I could tell you a cheat sheet how to get around work, but there's no cheat sheet in life to get around work or not doing no work at all. One second. Like I was saying, you have to put in the work, ladies. Um, as much as I said, you can't escape work. Hold on a second. Who is this? Who is this? And like I said, in life, there's no cheat sheet to accomplish anything. I think one of the weakness we have as people we don't like to do is we don't like to put in the actual hours and work to get the results. I think some men that are homosexuals are lazy and won't put in work. And I know a good portion of women don't like to put in work just to change the outcomes or the men or the quality men that's pretty much out here, because last time I checked, more than half of the men in America are single and childless. So there's not really much excuse in regards to the men that's not doing what they should be doing. They are doing what they're doing, even sometimes go as far as in the middle class. But nonetheless, the outcomes will be the same if you're not doing something different. I feel the best advice to move forward for a lot of you women, especially you sisters, if you really think that you want that change or you want a different outcome and you act a certain way, behave or carry on a certain way, maybe you do need invest and go to being wife school. I'm not sure if Miss Nicole Shell teach that in her inner beauty movement. I could be wrong. I'll have to hit her up, ask her those questions. But if she is one of them, I'll probably ask. I would tell y'all, maybe you should start check her out. I can't really give her a plug and stuff because I have to really look if she teaches how to be a wife, like certain critiques from how posture, how you be around people, language, how you carry yourself. I don't know, so I can't really reference her. But she probably is one of them that you could probably take a look for yourself. And that's the only woman I know right now. And hell, she wrote a book on it. I think she's the only one that might be the closest thing to of a black woman teaching black women how to be proper women right now. But I have to really interview her personally. But like I said, I'll use her as an example and someone you could check out for yourself. Nonetheless, I think going and paying for money with your own money to go learn how to be a woman, be a wife, you might have to go take your own resource and go do that. And I feel if you're a woman under the age of 35, still don't know how to carry yourself and act accordingly, then yeah, you need to take your own resource from your job or from your My Fans Only. And I'm telling you right now, My Fans Only, because I know a certain set of women now are creating My Fans Only accounts and up here doing some lewd, degradative behavior on there. Right, they're showing their feet, their chest, their yoni, or hell, even having intercourse on camera. Nonetheless, you take that money you make from those outlets. You put money down. This is where you have to invest, ladies. Invest well, because you invest getting that degree and getting a debt. So if you're gonna invest something, invest in that and go pay to be go to wife school. You might have to stop going to these level up channels, because level up channels not teaching how to be a better woman. They're just teaching how to maybe go and trick a man or whatever the case may be to get some benefit from a man, instead of being a good woman or becoming, I guess, a wife to a man and taking the authority and leadership and send to a man. You're going to have to go to school for that, ladies, because you were never taught this. We had generation of women that teach you to, be that independent and whatever. And look what has gotten you. All it has gotten you is mostly dust, debt, and obesity. And what I mean by obesity, you're going to have to check out Zero N's channel. He talks about the strong black woman, strong black independent woman, a series in itself that breaks down this myth of strong black womanhood. Check that channel out, Zero N's, ZeroEndz, Zero N's. But other than that, you're going to start investing time in this. I feel these level channels are stagnating. They're not making you better. They're making you worse. As I notice, the ones that talk about it and they watch it, they only watch the videos, but they only apply things for their benefit. They're not being better women. So my advice, you're going to have to invest money and go to these wife schools to become better women. Really, you're going to have to. Other than that, you get what you deserve. If you get any children out of wedlock, or hell, it is what it is. And we all know the results of continuing on this cycle. You're just going to be passed around from other groups of men, including the men in this community. And I don't want to see that. I feel women that is under the age of 30 that has no kids have the highest potential now. So take advantage of your youth and, go out there and not only, go to the schools that you go to, these universities, but also find a mate. And if you don't find a mate in the university, you can find them elsewhere in proper settings. But at the end of the day, you must know what you want as a woman. No YouTube video on the average is going to tell you what you want. You should know what you want already. And if you're not clear, and if you're not really clear or certain, you book those sessions with Kevin Samuel, or you go pay money to wife school. Either or, you get the information that will benefit you. And cut back on these level up channels, because they're not making you better at all. Not at all. I feel with the issues I want to have with Kevin Samuels is he's not going to sugarcoat to your F-ups. He ain't going to do that. And I don't expect no man that you come around any space tell you what you want to hear on the average. So I think I said enough. Made my point here. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to this stream. If you feel that this was helpful, or whatever you want to call it, please leave a comment at the end of this video. If you're not subscribed to Chaos and Rain channel, what you wait for? Hit that subscribe button. Hit the top for notification bell. Also, if you didn't like this video, please hit a like. If you dislike it, hit a dislike. Doesn't matter to me. I also will be trying to put more other podcasts that I've done for the past few weeks on this channel. I'll probably go and start putting 2 a week now, but we will see to catch up. And there is some good material that I did in the past month of November and the end of the October. So they're going to be moving fast. So I'll try to speed up a little bit before this year is done. But that's all I'm going to say. Thank you again for listening. So we're going to leave out with this. Let the chaos reign.